Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Risk Cognizance Comply Faster with Continuous Risk Management webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. Everyone who registered for this webinar will get a copy of the slideshow that we're sharing right now after this webinar. You'll also be able to see copies of this on our website at www.riskcognizance.com. If you like what you see today and you have further questions, please go to our website and schedule a demo with one of our cybersecurity professionals. I'd like to introduce to you today Jeffrey Walker. He is a certified ethical hacker with decades of frontline cybersecurity experience, and he's going to walk you through complying faster with continuous risk management. Thank you very much, and take it away, Jeffrey.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our compliance series. This is one of many series that we run in regards to compliance. This one, we're going to cover complying faster and also continuous risk management. Many GRC platforms are around the corner. You can actually access many of them today, but most of them don't do continuous compliance and continuous risk management. Here is a snapshot in time. Why our clients come to us is for the continuous process where you're not running after a fire, but actually continuously improving your process and the ability to monitor, manage, and mitigate before risk in real time. For your organization, this will build trust and overall reduce risk and help you to manage your controls. As I dive deeper into the continuous management process, I want to set this up for everyone here. Our system is designed to help a focus group. The focus group that we really cater to and that have been using the platform on a day-to-day basis are your normal CISOs, VP of security and their team, IT risk managers, compliance officers, and also VCSOs and MSPs are some of the services that we service on a regular basis. Also, a risk GRC analyst also utilize our software as well. With that said, how are we saving hours? Well, definitely reducing manual hours is one of those things using automation. As you can see, our GRC has multiple AI agents. We're an agentic solution. We're not only collecting evidence like some of the other platforms, we're actually using AI to automate, to reduce the manual work for compliance, and also saving you a bunch when it comes to different tool sets. So instead of buying multiple tool sets to actually do your compliance, we're actually pull in and design with most of the capability needed to actually do your compliance, including over 100 plus frameworks. Right? So what does that look like? And what will we cover in the next 30 minutes? Definitely compliance prices, right? And not a point in time, but continuous, as we mentioned, not a reactive kind of GRC platform similar to those on the market today, but a continuous GRC management, especially with cybersecurity and cyber risk around the corner. And we'll cover the 5 pillars of how Risk Cognizance can help you cross every domain in regard of compliance. We also can definitely do customized framework as well. We'll dive into that a bit deeper, as you'll see here, right? Some of the top frameworks that we see utilized today on our platform is, as you can see here, is NIST, ISO, HIPAA, CMMC, ISO, and PCI, right? The continuous risk management. So we're not just a checklist and just an evidence-driven evidence-driven checklist. We definitely also pull in evidence and risk and also give you the process to also apply remediation insight to those risks without actually manual tasks. Providing RIO proof, we'll definitely dive into that as you go through the platform. You'll be able to tell for yourself what that looks like. And you're definitely free to ask questions alongside as we move through this webinar. please feel free to do so on the webinar on your Q&A tab. Why reactive GRC software costs more than you think, right? So definitely spending 60% more time to do your compliance is very expensive from a resource perspective, especially if you have multiple compliance, right? So you have to time this times 2 if you have 2 compliance, times it times 3 if you have 3 compliance, right? So you can see where that will take a lot more man hours to do your compliance. And then also the possibility of breach, whether it's through supply or through your inherent system or infrastructure. Right? So that could look like a breach to your direct environment. And we'll talk about how we're helping to prevent that, or a breach to your vendor. 73% of companies fail their compliance readiness assessment utilizing manual process. Well, since we are connected to your solution, whether you're in Azure, AWS, or so forth, we'll be able to see and automate these processes for you, which will definitely get you faster to readiness. So annual audits, real-time data, risk, are pulled into our platform. I'm getting you continuously updated where you could actually remediate your risk faster. All that evidence pulled into your system. You don't have to wait, right? You don't have to spreadsheet. All of this can be done within our system, and also improving your security posture. We'll dive deeper into not only evidence collection, but also how we're actually automating that process for you. Kind of like overlapping frameworks. You are able to use crosswalking and cross-mapping inside our platform to move from one framework to the other. So say, for instance, instead of spending 60% on doing a framework from SOC 2 to HIPAA, you can actually crosswalk your evidence from your SOC 2 to HIPAA and see what's the differences in our platform using our AI solution. And basically start only mitigating the things that are missing from your HIPAA. So that would cut your 62% in maybe 20, your 60% in maybe 20 additional percentage of work that our API and ingestion will also help you, and your policy manager will also help you to actually mitigate as well, which may reduce that 20% as well. All right. No visibility until it's too late. All right, so we are not only monitoring the vendors, we are also monitoring your attack surface, monitoring your cloud, and also providing this information ready for your auditors and preventing breach. By looking at your cloud, your attack surface from an external standpoint, we have a similar visibility that a hacker would need to use to compromise your infrastructure. We'll move to the next slide here. So from an annual perspective, so current reactive GRC, you have to do these on a reactive base. Our continuous risk management process, we are always doing these things. So we are always collecting evidence, make sure you're ready. We are always automating between AI. We're always doing live risk scoring. We're always syncing your risk to all your frameworks. We're always monitoring your vendor, including attack surface alerts. And we always provide you a live posture for executives, and also your daily updates. And we help you catch anything that is out there. We're also providing the remediation on a day-to-day basis and the insight from how to mitigate those risks and create a risk plan for you using AI as well. With that said, we are going to move on to the 5 pillars here. So this is where we really stand out, right? Those continuous monitoring, as we talk about. I'm looking into different solutions, pulling in the data from different solutions, whether that be your SIM, cloud, Azure, AWS, CrowdStrike. We're definitely getting the data and mapping those evidence, whether they're vulnerabilities or so forth. These are being mapped to your appropriate control in the system. So you're definitely seeing that data. On top of that, we are also scanning your attack surface, as mentioned before, and mapping those from a continuous standpoint. Gathering those evidence, those proof to help you with your audit is automatically automated and captured within the system as well. Automatic risk scoring. So we are not only scoring your overall compliance, but we're also scoring your third party, giving you a heat map, giving you a remediation workflow, and giving you priority in regards to mitigating risk, patches, and so forth, right? So these are driving throughout your entire life cycle. So you're at the end of the year, you're not running around trying to be in compliance. And then driving that to crosswalking, as mentioned above, you'll be able to crosswalk against any framework. We can also design customized framework for you to crosswalk standard framework against, right? So basically you could have, if you have your own framework internally, like we work with banks and so forth, they kind of have customized framework. They can actually crosswalk that to say if they need to comply with CMMC today and see the difference that they need to change to comply with CMMC. Definitely, there's no good system without great KPI matrix. We have multiple type of KPI matrix built into the system, from score based on 100% to CMMI maturity level to SPRS scoring and so forth. We can also develop customized scoring for you to help you with that visibility. Our platform is also multi-tenanted. It can, whether you're an MSP or you manage multiple subsidiaries, our platform will be able to support you in your compliance endeavors. For example, if you're a bank, you would actually, and you operate in two different regions, you may also need to have a multi-tenant process to kind of manage the different subsidiary using the same team, keeping the data segregated, or different compliance management. MSP, you may have different clients. You could also do the same, segregating the clients in that manner. Okay, so this is where we really stand out when it comes to how we're accomplishing our return on investment objective. So unlike most tools who live at these two levels, like the eye-level risk management and also compliance risk monitoring, right? We're definitely doing all of this and a bit more. So we're diving deep into providing the AI risk identification, scoring, gap analysis, heat map. We're also then diving into not only doing this piece like most GRC tools, but we're actively tracking policy mapping and vendor compliance. Definitely, there's tools out there that will just basically send out the questionnaire, but they're not monitoring the vendor attack surface and information that may be on dark web for that vendor. We are actually doing that. And then also collecting those risks so you could work with your vendor to mitigate. As you know, there's a lot of organizations that are being compromised by their third party. We definitely have a policy manager with pre-built policy and also policy drift with smart linking across the policy. So basically, when you create your policy or if you upload your policy, our tool set will map your policy to the right control. And also you could run a policy drift against that to see if they comply with the controls or what updates you need to apply to your policies today. Right. Attack surface, definitely looking at your external and your boundary to give you information around that data and around shadow IT that may be exposed externally as well. In our system, unlike most systems, we do have project management and ticket management built in as part of our workflow, since as we know, a security team need both of these assets to be tool to actually create a valuable risk management program. We want you to live and breathe our tool on a day-to-day basis to manage your compliance. And this is what we're doing in regards to being able to provide these ROI as you see above. So definitely we talk about vendor management. Our vendor management, as mentioned before, doesn't only send out the questionnaire, but we also have the ASM insight and the dark web insight to help you understand what's going on with the vendor, not only on the day that they answer the questionnaire, that they may answer that they are fully in compliance and don't have any vulnerabilities, and then but our attack surface can prove different. And you can work with the vendor to mitigate, or if you're assessing the vendor, you may want to work with another vendor if you see that there's a lot of risk with that vendor, right? So it's not only a questionnaire which the vendor could answer, we're looking at what their attack surface look like, all in one platform, and then mapping it back to your control monitoring. Dark web, we do have the visibility to look at dark web data, whether it's under the attack, under your vendor management model, where you're seeing the insight, or the full report under our dark web monitoring module. Remember, this is a modular system. Any of these components could be turned off. You don't need to have all of these components turned on. We can decide what component you want as a customer, and select and customize the system accordingly without any coding. It's just a turn off and on feature that will turn off and on for you whenever you need to scale or scale down. Definitely executive reports. We do have the audit manager. You could definitely work with your current auditor or work with some of our partners that utilize our system today. You basically would invite your auditor. They will be able to see evidence and any other policy documents or so forth, and your gap analysis. You could give them access to inside our platform. Definitely, we have our AI document management system. This is also a place where you could also host PDF file, Word documents, versioning, and so forth. And we can also link these to your policies as well. Not only from Policy Manager, we can link them from your document management system as well. We also, as mentioned before, monitor in your cloud to help with your compliance. So things won't go out of bound with our continuous monitoring process here for even your cloud asset. As you can see, over 250 integration. Here goes a short list of some of our integration today. All right. So what does this mean for you as an organization that have to go through and prioritize risk manually? Well, we are automating this process. Our AI can look at the risk as they come across the system, look at what they are, and also put them into your risk register with the risk treatment and strategy information. You don't have to build that out on your own. We're doing that for you. So we'll pull the risk from any API integration, and then we'll use AI to apply a risk mitigation strategy for the risk identified. As mentioned before, you can then crosswalk any information across any framework. This is a short list. We have over 100 framework today, but these are the most popular ones, right? We do have the AI remediation engine, which is what's applying to the risk register. Basically, it's taking in your risk as it populates your risk register. It's applying the risk gap. We could create rules to assign risk owner, set deadlines, and also escalation due to automated items. So our tool set can accomplish all of this based on a risk management process. And then we mentioned policy linking at the above, where basically our tool set will go out and link policy to different framework and control, and also the AI risk scoring and documentation. All of these are our AI agents today. These are a few AI agents that is available to public and available for you to see. We definitely have additional AI agent on the day-to-day that is in the background working for you. But these are the AI agent that you see and work with that automate your process. With that said, I'm just gonna glance over here and just to showcase how some of our tool set work with different framework at the high level and from that standpoint. So these are a popular framework as mentioned. You could see the different things that we do for each framework. At a high level, definitely we do more, but we can't cover everything today. We can, as mentioned before, we can also customize any framework that you need within our system. Unlike other platforms, they only focus on the standard and only able to automate the standard framework. we can customize framework for you so you can manage them effectively according to your internal use case or compliance objective. So definitely reducing evidence chaos is critical. Getting those pulled from API instead of manually doing them, and getting configuration log fast and quick. That's something that we do very effectively. And then also make sure that they're immutable timestamp. Throughout our system, you'll see where the information comes in, and we're timestamping every activity that happened into our platform, even if an AI completed, right? We definitely talk about crosswalking and cross mapping. So that's definitely going on simultaneously if you have multiple frameworks. Definitely reporting from an audit perspective, from an internal compliance objective, providing auditing packages and so forth can be done within our system. Manual work can take up to 8 to 12 weeks to do just all of this, gathering the evidence here. You're doing it within minutes within our platform. Once you connect your API, we will start the process of gathering the data for you. All right, what differentiates us from the others? Definitely most GRC platform have compliance. Most of them only focus on ISO and SOC today. Some are now focusing on CMMC. Our wide breadth of over 100 compliance is way past most of what most organizations do today. We're not only covering the US, we're covering UK, we're covering the UAE, we have customers there as well, and we're covering Canada and other countries like Africa and so forth. So we have a lot of compliance built into our tool. Depend on where you operate, then you will have the compliance that you need to kind of utilize. But any of these compliance could also be customized. You could take anything from this within the tool without any coding, without any export or import. You could take something from ISO. You could combine something from CMMC to create your own compliance objective, right? Within our tool, no upload needed. Just select the pieces that you need from each framework and customize them on your own. Definitely, from a governance, risk, and compliance and policy objective, we're automating this process. Unlike just automating the compliance piece, similar to most GRC platform, we're doing the governance as well, making sure that we're monitoring and alerting you. And we're doing the risk continuously, not just today when you discover it or just one portion of the system, right? We're also mapping policy control and also making sure that we're continuously looking at your vendor and also giving you asset management. Most GRC platforms fail in regards to giving asset management and full monitoring of vendor today, right? And the governance piece as well. Tool score. With so many, as mentioned before, when I went over the solution, you have so many tool sets inside of a tool and up to 18 to 12 point solution in a single platform, 8 to 12 point solution in our single platform. You're able to reduce costs. You don't have to purchase a attack surface, right? You don't have to purchase a vendor management tool that or a cloud posture management tool. You don't have to purchase a project management tool or a ticket management tool in our solution. You get a single solution for a fraction of the price that you pay for most GRC solution today. And that's all where that continuous process come into play. Because if you have all these solutions, you can manage your project, you can manage tickets, you can manage your risk, you could automate all of these things and remove the point-to-point checklist most GRC provided or a spreadsheet audit platform that you're doing today. Automating that entire process saves time and money. Definitely, we've talked a lot about the continuous, but here we go just to showcase it under the differentiators here as well. And then also, definitely, we love partnership. Partnership is one of the way we grow today. Definitely, we support the multi-tenant and white label capability from MSPs. We do branding for our MSP, so you do have that white label capability. We have a flexible process for our direct and consultant and MSP and auditor partners. This is built in to support not only our clients, but also the MSPs as well. We also have, that is not listed here, partners in the insurance community, where basically if you're using our attack surface and our cloud scanner to ensure that your environment is secure and monitored, that in some cases they're giving you a discount, kind of like when you have your car and if you plug in the driver tracker, they apply a discount. In this case, if you're using our attack surface and our cloud scanner, then it's a possibility that you could get discount from our cyber insurance partners as well. Definitely overall suitable for all evidence across all framework, even customized one, we can do that for you. Business is driven 60 to 80% business through our partnership GRC. So a lot of our MSPs are actually utilizing our GRC as a service to drive their own brand today. If you're a VC sub, this also applies as well. I want to thank you everyone for joining this session. As you guys know, and as mentioned at the front of this call, we do offer a free demo. You can definitely contact us through our website as we move forward. I'll open the session to see if there's any questions. Fred, do we have any questions?
Looks like we've got no unanswered questions here. There were a couple I answered while we were going on typing, but nope. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time. If you have any further questions or if you would like to know more, please contact us through our website, and we'd be happy to schedule a demo with you or take a deeper dive. Thank you very much, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.